Okay, welcome to today's class. Today I am going to uh, explain about the source transformation. So this source transformation is also one of the technique you can make use while solving the electrical network. So as you know, any given electrical network, we may come across series and parallel combination of network elements. So network elements are passive as well as the active elements. Okay. So in solving this electrical network having multiple voltage and current sources, especially the source transformation will be helpful. The network having multiple voltage and current sources along with the other elements, then the source transformation technique is useful. Okay. So in this technique, any practical voltage source can be transformed into practical current source and vice versa. Any practical voltage source can be transformed into practical current source and vice versa. Okay. While transforming voltage source into current source, the characteristics of the network remain the same. Okay. So whether you need to transform the voltage source into current source or current source into voltage source, it will not affect the characteristics of the network. Okay, then you can accept this technique, that is source transformation technique. Okay, before going for the technique, we must understand the different voltage and current sources. Okay, so as you know, the circuits are energized by sources which are considered ideal or independent. So whatever the sources used in a electrical network, those are called as ideal or independent. Okay, so there are two ideal sources. One is ideal voltage source, or you can refer as an independent voltage source. Another one is ideal current source or independent current source. Okay. So what is ideal voltage source or independent voltage source? An ideal or independent voltage source means that its voltage and waveform is constant irrespective of changes in the network connected to it or current through it. So that is the definition of an ideal voltage source. Okay. Example for ideal voltage source is a generator supplying electricity to a city. Generator supplying electricity to the city may for all practical purposes be considered ideal or independent as the voltage remain at Vm sin 100 t means this is a pure sinusoidal having a constant magnitude irrespective of the current drawn from it. That is what the example for ideal voltage source. Similarly, ideal current source. Ideal or independent current source has its current is its current a constant. That means current is constant and remains. So whatever may be the voltage across it or network connected to it. Okay, so that is what you can call as an ideal or independent current source. That means current constant and remains. So whatever may be the voltage across it or a network to which it is connected, then you can call as an ideal current source. Now ideal voltage source and current sources are represented diagrammatically or symbolically as follows. So this is your ideal voltage source representation, this is your ideal current source or independent sources like. Okay. Against this ideal or independent voltage and current source, you have a dependent voltage or current sources. Okay. So what is the difference between the ideal and the dependent sources? In the case of ideal, sources, the magnitude of the voltage or a current will be remain constant irrespective of the any changes in the network, or the current run from the source or voltage across the current source. But now in the case of dependent voltage or a current source, this output is variable and controlled by current or a voltage. So that means this dependent voltage and current sources are controlled by current and voltages in the other part of the network, like. So those sources we can call as a dependent sources. So the symbolic representation of the dependent sources. So this is the symbolic representation of a dependent voltage source. This is your dependent current source. Now once you know the difference between the independent sources and the dependent sources, then the dependent sources are classified into 4 categories. One is current controlled voltage source, another one is current controlled current source, next voltage controlled voltage source, and voltage controlled current source. So these are the categories of dependent sources. The symbolic representation of these sources. So this is your voltage controlled voltage source, voltage controlled voltage source, voltage controlled voltage source. This is the symbolic representation of this. And this is current controlled voltage source, current controlled voltage source. This is the representation. And then current controlled current source, current controlled current source. This is their representation. And voltage controlled current source, voltage controlled current source representation is here, because these sources are depends upon the voltage as well as the current in the other part of the network. So that's why these sources are called as a dependent sources, and these are the representation of those dependent sources. And we come across these sources while studying your electronic circuits, like that means while studying the transistor circuits, FETs, those things. Okay. Now we can go for transformation of voltage source into current source. Transformation of voltage source into current source. Okay. In source transformation technique, the voltage source in series with the resistance. Okay. So any network having a voltage source in series with the resistance can be transformed into current source. Voltage source in series with the resistance can be transformed into current source in parallel with the resistance. Okay, that is shown in these two figures, like. Okay, suppose your network is having a this type of network, like. So voltage source in series with the resistance, then this network can be transformed into this network, that is nothing but your voltage source can be transformed into current source. While transforming voltage source into current source, you can make use of Ohm's law. You can make use of Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? So as per Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. I into R. Okay. And what is I? I is equal to V divided by R. V divided by R. Suppose you want to convert voltage source into current source. Okay, what to do? You required voltage as well as the resistance. So in this given network or a part of the network, so V is known, R is known, so you can easily find out the current I. Okay, so once we are make use of a voltage as well as the resistance, so you can convert that into current. So that current value will be here. Okay, so that will be represented as a current source. Okay, by calculating the value of I by make use of voltage as well as the resistance of this network, part of the network. So this is your current, so that value is equal to V by R, V by R. Okay, that means I is equal to V by R, and then the whatever the resistance in series with the voltage source will be connected in parallel. So that is what the transformation of voltage source into current source. Suppose you want to transform current source into voltage source, what to do? Now in this, you know, I and R, okay. So by make use of this Ohm's law, I is known, R is known, I into R, so you can easily calculate the V, okay. If you know this network, you can convert that into voltage source because you know the I and R. So V is equal to, you can just calculate V is equal to I into R. So that is nothing but your equivalent voltage source of this current source, okay. So therefore, while transforming voltage source into current source, okay, so what to do? You have to just make use of a Ohm's law, this basic relation, convert voltage into current, then you can represent it a current source, and the whatever the resistance connected in series with the voltage source, that should be connected in parallel. So that is how you need to transform the voltage source into current source. Suppose if you know these values, so correspondingly you can get the value of current, and also you can just whatever the value of the resistance, so that you need to represent in parallel with the current source, okay. Okay, now we can go for the transformation of current source into voltage source, okay. In source transformation technique, the current source, so any network having a current source in parallel with the resistance, it is like this, okay. Current source in parallel with the resistance can be transformed into voltage source in series with the resistance. So voltage source in series with the resistance, okay. So in order to transform this current source into the voltage source, okay, just same, that is Ohm's law will be make use of that. So what is your I is equal to, as you know, I is equal to V by R, okay. So in this network, you know the I and also R, so from this you can easily calculate V is equal to I into R. So this is the value of the voltage source. So just simply you can make use of the Ohm's law, you can find out the voltage and current by knowing the whatever the values of current and resistance, you will get the V. So this V and V is equal to I into R, so that is nothing but voltage source. The direction of this that is polarity of the voltage source will be the direction of the current, okay. So that means this is positive and this is your negative, like, okay. And the whatever the resistance in parallel with this current source, that should be connected in series. Suppose you want to convert back to current source, what to do? You know V is equal to I into R. From this you can calculate I is equal to V by R. The same thing here, okay. You can find out V divided by R, you will get the I. So that is nothing but your current source. So you can vice versa also, you can transform voltage source into current or current source into voltage source. Now I will just take a simple example. So I have taken one voltage source, the polarity marked here. This is the 2 ohm resistance connected in series with the voltage source. These are the terminals. So this is a part of the network, okay. So now I want to transform this network into, that is a voltage source in series with the resistance, into current source in parallel with the resistance. So I told already, so I have to make use of a Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R, okay. Then you want to convert this voltage source into current source, so therefore what is your I? I is equal to V by R. So you know the V, you know the R, so V is 6, okay, and R is 2 ohm. So just you to substitute here, so V by R is equal to 3 ampere. So this is your value of the or magnitude of the current source. So that is how you need to find out the magnitude of the current. So now you can just mark the current I. The direction of the current is depends upon the polarity of the voltage source. So usually the current is delivered by the source is in this direction, okay. So therefore the direction of the current is depends upon the polarity of the voltage source. So this is the direction of the current, and whatever the resistance in series with the voltage source, so that should be connected in parallel with the that current source. So that is how you need to convert this voltage source in series with the resistance into current source in parallel with the resistance. So this is a simple example like. Okay. Similarly, while representing this network, the voltage source and this resistance will be connected in series. Here also this is the representation. This is also same. Okay. Instead of connecting resistance here, they are connected here. So these are the terminals of A and B. Again, this voltage source will be in series with the resistance. This can also be converted into current source. So to convert this voltage source into current source, you have to make use of the same formula. I is equal to V by R. In this given network, V is equal to 12 and this resistance is 3. So you will get the 4 ampere. This is the magnitude of the current of the source, and the direction of this current, you just look into this. So the polarity is this. Usually the current is delivered from higher potential to the lower potential line. So therefore the direction of the current will be downward, and whatever the resistance connected in series with the source will be connected in parallel. So that is how you have to represent this, transforming this voltage source in series with the resistance into current source in parallel with the resistance. Okay, these are the simple example start with. Later we can go for some extension of the more complicated network like. Okay. Okay, now we can consider another example. So here the current source in parallel with the resistance is given. Here the current is 4 ampere. Okay, and the resistance is 2 ohm. And now we want to convert this into voltage source in series with the resistance. So as per Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. So I is known, R is known. So you can just substitute, you will get the 8 volts. So this is your magnitude of the voltage source, and whatever the resistance connected in parallel, so that should be connected in series with the voltage source. Okay. Suppose you want to transform back like voltage source into current source. So what to do? You need to find out the current I is equal to V by R. So what is your V here? V is 8 volts divided by R is 2. So that is equal to 4 ampere. So that is the magnitude of the current. But the resistance should be, whatever the resistance will be there, you should be connected in parallel. So that is how you need to transform current source into voltage source, and also vice versa possible. Now we can just while solving the problems, you come across some of the things what I am giving here. Note, suppose you have network having a two sources in parallel, that is the two current sources. Okay, so that is 3 ampere and the 5 ampere. Then these two sources can be replaced by a single source. So that is how we can replace, because the direction of the current will be upward. If the two current sources are parallel, so those can be replaced by a single equivalent. Its value is equal to 5 plus 3, that is equal to 8. Okay, if the direction will be the same. Suppose the directions of the currents will be reversed. Okay, then what is the resultant current? Resultant current is same, but the direction will be opposite. Here the directions are upward, here the direction will be downward like. Okay, so this is just, you can keep it in your mind while solving the problem. Suppose you have two current sources in parallel. Similarly, suppose you have current source, this direction will be upward 8 ampere, this is be downward 3 ampere. What is the resultant of these two? So 8 minus 3, because one is upward and the one is downward. So in this case you need to subtract one from the other, that means subtract lower value from the higher value, and the direction of the current should be whichever is having a higher value or magnitude. So the direction of the current should be, the resultant current direction should be same as that of the whichever the source having a higher magnitude like. So 8 minus 3, so that is nothing but 5 ampere. So that is the resultant current. The direction will be upward. Similarly here, in this 4 ampere is downward, 12 ampere is upward. So the resultant of these two is 12 minus 4. So the direction of the current is upward, because the higher magnitude of the current direction will be upward. So this is the lower. So the 12 minus 4, so 8 ampere. So that will be above the, that means direction will be above. So that is how you need to replace this combination of two sources, the two current sources in parallel. Okay. Similarly, you can note down, suppose in the network you have two voltage sources are in series. See here, 6 volt source, this is 3 volt source, this is positive, this is negative, this is positive, is negative. So that means you are connected in series, but the polarity of this one first source is negative connected to the positive of the second source. Okay, then what is the resultant? Resultant is, if the dissimilar polarities are connected, so then the magnitude of the voltage source will be, should be added, like sum of this magnitude. So that means 6 plus 3, 9. Even you can write the KVL equation. You are going from higher to lower potential. This is nothing but your minus 6, and this one becomes plus 2. Minus means this also minus. So that means you are, the polarity will be the same, like, so this is also having a minus 6, this is also minus 6. So you have minus 9, or can say plus 9 volts only, because the polarity is, higher potential will be point A and B point will be minus, so that means negative. So therefore you should have 9 volts, because dissimilar. And suppose if you have interchange the polarity of these two sources, negative, positive, negative, positive. If you change the polarity of both the sources, then also you will get the resultant is same, but the polarity will be opposite. Okay, if the polarities are like this, you will get positive, negative. If the polarities are opposite of individual sources, and the polarity will be in this. Now similarly, you have two sources. One is now positive, this is negative polarity, this 6 volt source. Here negative is connected to negative. That means similar polarity will be connected together. Then these two sources should be subtracted, lower one from the higher one. The polarity of the resultant voltage source will be the polarity of the higher voltage. Okay, so 6 minus 2, so that is 4. The polarity of the higher voltage is, positive is above and negative is below. So therefore this is your 4 volts resultant. Similarly, if you reverse the polarity of these two sources, negative, positive, positive, negative, here also similar polarity is connected, then again you need to subtract one from the other. So 8 minus 5, so that is 3. So the polarity of the higher source, higher magnitude value of the source, so that is polarity is plus is above and minus is below, so that is your 3 volts. So that is how you need to make use of these shortcuts while solving the reducing the network using source transformation. Now I'll consider, before going for solving some more complicated problem, so some rules, okay, you need to remember, and you can make use while transforming the voltage source into current source and vice versa. Suppose you have a voltage source and the current sources are in series, okay, then in that case this voltage source is deactivated. So why it is deactivated? Because already the current in this branch, okay, is the remains same irrespective of the voltage in the, so that means this voltage source will not affect the current delivered by this source. So that's why this voltage source will be deactivated, or you can just call it as a short circuit. You are short circuiting this voltage source, like, okay, if you have voltage source and the current source are in series. Usually they are not given. Suppose they are given in the network, you must able to make use this equivalent. Similarly, current source and the voltage sources are connected in parallel between the terminals. Then this current source is deactivated. Why? Because the voltage source, okay, already the voltage across these terminals is V. So irrespective of the value of the current, the voltage across this will be remain same. So that's why the effect of this current source on the voltage source will not be there. So that's why you are going to deactivated this current source. Deactivating the current source means you are just open circuiting the current. So obviously it is nothing but it will be deactivated like. Now if you have a voltage source in parallel with the resistance, okay, so this is equal to only the voltage source, because this R, that means voltage across this resistor R is nothing but this voltage only. So therefore R is nothing but in this network, this part of the network is dummy element which will not affect the characteristics of the network. So it is to be removed. Okay, you need to remove this, and you can, this is equal to this network. This is the third rule like, okay. And the fourth rule is like, suppose you have a resistance in series with the current source, then in this network R is dummy element because it will not affect the current delivered by the current source, hence it will be removed. Okay, so it should be removed from the network. Only just any network having a current source in series with the resistance, just you have to eliminate this resistance and you can make use of this equivalent while reducing the network. Now we can go for an example. So convert the given circuit into a single voltage source in series with the single resistance. This is the given circuit. Okay, it's asked to convert this network into single voltage source in series with the single resistance. Okay, so here what happens, in this given network you have a two voltage sources. Okay, one voltage source is having a 5 volts in series with the 10 ohm, another one is 10 volts in series with the 5 ohm. So what is asked? It has to find out only the single equivalent voltage source in series with the resistance. So for that, what to do now, you need to, these two voltage sources, okay, these two voltage sources can be converted into current source. Okay, so I have converting this voltage source in series with the 10 ohm. So V is 5, R is 10. By make use of Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. So 5 by 10, so that is 0.5 ampere. So this is the current. The magnitude of the current will be 0.5 and direction of the current will be, so above direction, upward. Okay, because the polarity of this source will decide the direction of the current. So the direction will be above like, okay, and this resistance will be connected in parallel. Similarly, this voltage source in this resistance will be converted into current source in parallel to the resistance. So in this, V is equal to 10, resistance is equal to 5, so I is equal to V by R, so you can 10 by 5, so this is current is 2 ampere. So now the direction of this current will be now depends upon the polarity of the source. So polarity is negative, positive, the current is flowing from higher potential to lower potential, so therefore the direction of the current is downward. So that's why I shown the direction of the current will be downward, and you are connecting the same, whatever the resistance in series with the voltage source will be connected in parallel. So now once you convert this voltage source in series with the resistances into current sources in parallel with the resistance, then what to do? Now these two are current sources are in parallel and these two resistance also parallel. Now you can replace these two currents by a single source. What is the magnitude of the current? 0.5 is upwards, 2 ampere is downward. So resultant is 2 minus 0.5, so 1.5, that direction should be downward because higher value of the current magnitude will be downward. Similarly, the equivalent resistance of these two parallel combination is 10 into 5 divided by 10 plus 5. So that is the value of equivalent resistance connected in parallel to the current source. Okay, now I have replaced those two current sources by single one. That magnitude of current is 1.5 ampere. The equivalent resistance is 10 into 5 divided by 10 plus 5. This value is equal to 3.33 ohm. Then now I is equal to 1.5, R is equal to 3.33, and now is asked to calculate single voltage source in series with the resistance. So therefore, by making use of a Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. You know the I and you know the R, so just substitute. You will get 4.995, so approximately 5 volts. So this is the magnitude of the voltage source. If you want to convert this into voltage source, so this is the voltage source. This voltage source, the polarity depends upon this current. So current is flowing from higher potential to, direction will be positive, this is negative. So therefore current is depends upon this magnetic direction. So the polarity is here. So direction of this current source is like downward, like, so the same direction as that of the current. So and also the resistance should be connected in series with this voltage source. So this is what is asked in the problem, like voltage source connected in series with the single resistance. Now let us consider second example. Convert the given combination into a single source in parallel with the single element. So in which case you are going for single source in parallel with the single element? It is only current source. Current source can be connected in parallel with the single element, like. So here the given network also we have a two current sources, and also each that current source parallel with the resistances. Okay, so we can easily convert this current source parallel with the resistance into voltage source. This current source parallel with this resistance can also be converted into voltage source. Okay, so in order to convert this current source parallel with the resistance into voltage source in series with the resistance, what to do? You have to make use of a Ohm's law. Current is 5 ampere, resistance is 3 ohm. So you can find out V is equal to I into R. So 5 into 3, 15 volts. So this part of the network will be represented by this voltage source in series with the resistance. Okay, so 15 volts. The magnitude of this voltage is there depends upon the direction of the current in this. So the current is delivered by the source will be upward, so that means upward direction. So this 3 ohm will be connected in series. So this is this part of the network. Similarly, this part of the network, I is equal to 2 ampere, resistance is equal to 4 ohm. Now V is equal to I into R, so that is 8 volts. So now this is your 8 volts. The polarity of this one is depends upon the current. Current is downward, so the polarity is plus here minus, because the current will be direction will be downward, like. And whatever the resistance in parallel with the current source, that should be connected in series with. So this is how you need to first convert this into voltage source in series with the resistance. Here second also you are converting this into voltage source in series with the resistance. Then look into this network. Now these two voltage sources are connected in series, as well as this resistance is also connected in series. So as per the your note, your dissimilar polarities or similar polarities are connected in these two sources. Here minus, this is also minus. So similar terminals of the sources are connected, like. So if the similar terminals are connected in series, then what happens? What to do? The resultant of these sources, these two sources are nothing but you need to subtract or addition. So you need to subtract. Okay, so 15 minus 8. Okay, So this is higher, this is lower. So the 15 minus 8, that is nothing but 7 volts you will get. 7 volts. The polarity should be this one, that is positive and negative like. And 3 and plus 4, 7 ohm. So those two are nothing but resultant is 7 ohm. Okay. So that is how you can replace these two sources by 7 volt source. Okay. And similarly the resistance will be, this is your 7 ohm. So this is what the equivalent circuit, okay, of this. Okay. Okay, once you draw the equivalent circuit, that is resultant of those two sources are nothing but 7 volts, okay, and resistance is 7 ohm. Then you want to convert that into current source, because it has to find out the single element parallel with the single source in parallel with the single element. So that means you need to convert that whatever the voltage source into current source into single current source in parallel with the resistance. So in order to convert this voltage source into current source, you know V and R. So I is equal to V by R, so that is 1 ampere. So the direction of the current is depends upon the polarity of the source. So the current direction is upward, and the resistance is whatever the resistance series with the voltage source will be connected in parallel. So this is what the single source with a single element in parallel, that is nothing but conversion of here voltage source into current source. Now let us consider one more. Reduce this given network shown in figure into a single current source in parallel with the one of the element. Okay, so this is the given network. Just look into this network, this part of the network. So this current source in parallel with this resistance, so this part can be, but what is expecting is expecting the current source in parallel with the one of the element. So that means, so before I don't go for the conversion of current source into voltage source, so better you need to go for conversion of this voltage source into current source. Then you try to reduce that network and you to get single current source in parallel with the one of the element like. So here voltage source incident with the resistance, so this is one, you can convert that into current source. Here also you can convert it into current source. Here also you can convert that into current source. Okay, so what is this current source here? V divided by R. Okay, what is your current I? I is equal to V by R. V is 2, R is 4, so its value is equal to 0.5 ampere. Suppose if you convert that into voltage source, what is the direction of the current? The current direction will be upward. Okay, so that means the equivalent source diagram is like you have the direction of the current is upward, this current is 0.5 ampere. So that is how you need to convert this into current source. Likewise you can also convert this into current source. What is your V? V is 3, R is 1, so V by R is nothing but 3 ampere, because V is 3, R is 1, 3 ampere. So what is the polarity? Polarity is like a current source is direction will be upward, connected in parallel with the resistance. This resistance is 1 ohm, this is your 3 ampere. Here what is the resistance? Here also resistance is 4 ohm. So that is how you need to convert this part. Similarly you can convert this. So 6 divided by 3, that means 2 ampere. So what is the polarity of the current? Polarity of the current will be, direction of the current is downward, because the polarity is negative and positive, current is flowing from lower to higher potential, so direction of current is downward. Its value is equal to 2 ampere, and you are connecting in parallel with the resistance. What is the parallel resistance? The parallel resistance is 3 ohm. So that is how you need to convert this all these 3 voltage sources into current source. Then you can modify this network. Okay, here in the in this part of the network, one source in parallel to resistance already there, one more resistance and one more source. Here we have one resistance, one source. Here also one resistance and one source. So we can redraw the diagram, and further we can reduce this network. Okay, now if you redraw this diagram, so you already this part will be there. Here the voltage source in series with the resistance can be converted into current source. Similarly, this current source in parallel with the resistance, this current source in parallel with the resistance. So this is how you can redraw the given network with after converting the voltage source into current source. Next, once you converting the voltage source into current source, you can simplify. These two are in parallel and these two are in parallel because this is a common point. So these two current sources, those two are connected in parallel, the direction will be the same, so therefore the resultant current is 1 ampere. These two are in parallel, so can replace by a single one, so that is 4 into 4 divided by 4 plus 4, so that value is equal to 2. Similarly here these two currents, one is downward, this one is upward, so 3 minus 2, 1 ampere, so the direction will be upward because the higher value of the source current, direction will be decide the direction of the current, so the 1 ampere will be upward direction, and resultant of these two, 3 into 1 divided by 3 plus 1, so 3 by 4 ohm. So that is how you can reduce this modified network to further here. Okay, next further what to do, what is asked to find a single current source in parallel with the resistance. Okay, so further what I can do, now there are two current sources and one parallel with the resistances. What is asked only one source parallel with the resistance. So therefore now we can go for again this current source into voltage source. This part, this is one current source parallel with the resistance. Here also one current source parallel with the resistance can be replaced by voltage source instead of the resistance. What is the voltage source here? So current is 1 ampere, resistance is 2 into 1. That means so V is equal to I into R. So I is 1, R is 2, so 2 volts, and polarity is here the plus, it's the minus, so therefore 2 volts, and this 2 ohm will be connected in series. So this is this above part of this network like. Okay, similarly 1 into 3 by 4, so 3 by 4 volts. Okay, polarity is plus minus, and the same resistance will be connected in series. So that means you are converting these two current sources parallel with the resistance will be into voltage source instead of the resistances. Once you know these two voltage sources are in series, these two can be replaced by a single voltage source. Now what happens, the dissimilar polarities are connected in series, so therefore you need to add these two sources. So 2 plus 0.75, that is 2.75 is the equivalent voltage source, and the equivalent resistance, these two are in series, so 2 plus 0.75, so 2.75. This is your single equivalent source in series with the resistance. So what is asked current source in parallel with the resistance. Okay, so again you convert this into current source. To convert this current source, what is your I is equal to V by R. What is V? V is 2.2 is equal to 2.75 divided by R is also 2.75. So its value is equal to, you will get 1 ampere. So this voltage source converted into current source, the value of the current is 1 ampere, and whatever the resistance instead with the voltage source, so that will be connected in parallel. So this is what is expected from the solution of this given problem. So this is the answer. Like, so let us consider one more. Convert the given circuit into single voltage source in series with the one of the element between the terminals A and B. Okay, so it has to transform this network into single voltage source in series with the resistance between the terminals A and B. Okay, so look into the network. You have voltage source in series with the resistance. Here also one voltage source in series with the resistance. Here also one voltage source in series with the resistance. Here also one voltage source in series with the resistance. These all four branches, that means voltage source in series with the resistance. These all four can be converted that into current source in parallel with the resistance. Okay, so how to convert, I'll just tell you for one. So remaining maybe you can do it yourself. Like, so what is your current source? I is equal to V by R. Okay, suppose if we consider this part, A divided by 2, so A divided by 2, so this value is equal to 4 ampere. Okay, so this current source is 4 ampere in parallel with the 2 ohm. Similarly, what is this one? 6 divided by 1, 6 ampere parallel with the 1 ohm. Here 3 by 1, 3 ampere parallel with the 1 ohm. Here 6 by 2, 3 ampere parallel with the 2 ohm. So you need to redraw the network and you have to mark the values of current and parallel with the resistances. If you redraw the network, okay, so now 4 current sources and the in parallel with the individual resistances. Now these two current sources are in parallel and these two resistance also in parallel. Likewise, these two current sources are in parallel, these two are also in parallel. So now you can replace this by these two sources by single one. These two direction will be same, so 3 plus 3 is 6 ampere, and these 2 into 1 divided by 2 plus 1, so that is 2 by 3 ohm. So this is your equivalent. This equivalent of this network becomes this. And similarly, 4 is upward, 6 is downward, so 6 minus 4, 2 ampere will be downward, and 2 into 1 divided by 2 plus 1, so 2 by 3 ohm. So that is how you can reduce this network. Further, you can reduce this by converting this current source into voltage source, and similarly this also you can convert it into voltage source, because current source in parallel with the resistance, here also current source in parallel with the resistance. Okay, now if you convert that current source into voltage source, so this is 4 volts in series with the 2 by 3 ohm, and 4 by 3 volts in series with the 2 by 3 ohm. Now further you can simplify, these two sources are connected in series, so the similar terms are connected. So what is your equivalent? These two should be added. So how can add? 4 plus 4 by 3, so its value is equal to 12 plus 4 divided by 3, 16 divided by 3, sorry, 4 plus 4, now 4 plus 4 by 3, so 3 is common, so if the similar polarities are connected, so you need to subtract from one from the other. So 4 minus 4 by 3, so 12 minus 4 by 3, so therefore that value is equal to 8, not 16, so 8 by 3 volts. And these two are in series, so if you find out, this value is equal to this resistance. Now this is the required answer for this, because it is asked to find out the voltage source in series with the single resistance in series with the voltage source. Okay, this is another problem, so you can just try yourself. Okay, so using source transformation, convert the following circuit into a single source and a single resistance, single source and a single resistance like. Okay, so just look into this network. Here current source in parallel with the resistance, here voltage source in series with the resistance, here the resistance, current source in parallel with the resistance, and also parallel resistance. Okay, so you can convert this voltage source into current source. Here also this current source is as it is. Okay, now only first you have to convert this voltage source into current source. Okay, then you can see that all are current source. You can replace this all three current source by single equivalent, and similarly all resistance will be replaced by a single equivalent resistance. Okay, now if you replace all resistances by single equivalent, you will get single equivalent resistance, and all current equivalent is 20 ampere upward direction. So this is your single current source in parallel with the resistance. So further you can transform this current source in parallel with the resistance into voltage source in series with the resistance. So the voltage is equal to I into R, 20 into this, you will get this voltage, and the same resistance will be contained in series with this. So this is what the single source in series with the element. Now another problem, find the current flowing through 6 ohm resistance using source transformation technique for the circuit shown below. So here the voltage source in series with the resistance, here current source in parallel with the resistance, but what is asked to find out the current through this resistor. So therefore you should not convert this voltage source into current source, because you need to retain this 6 ohm resistor. So for that, so therefore you are going to convert this current source in parallel with the resistance into voltage source. So if you convert this voltage source, current source in parallel with the resistance into voltage source, V is equal to I into R. So I is 5, R is 3, so voltage is equal to 15 volts. 15 volts. So the polarity is here plus and minus. So this is your voltage source value, and the same resistance will be connected in series with this voltage source 3 ohm, and this part of the network will be as it is. Okay, now once you convert this current source into voltage source, further you can simplify. These two voltage source are connected in series, so similar terminals are connected together, means you need to subtract from this. So 15 minus 10, so that is 5 volts in series with these two resistors. These two equivalent is 9. 5 volts in series with so I can show here network equivalent. Now if you convert that to voltage source, equivalent voltage source is 5, the resistances are 6 and 3. So if you write the loop equation by KVL, okay, so what is that? Or just simply now only one voltage source and these two resistances, so V by R, so 5 by 6 plus 3, so that is 0.55 ampere. So that is the current through the 6 ohm. But in the given network the direction of the current is given in this direction, so that indicates the current through the 6 ohm resistance will be opposite to that of the direction what I have given in the given network. Okay, today I am going to end this particular class, so I can you can see, you can just refer any book or something, you can solve some more problems. Okay, if any difficulty in this, you can just contact me in the Google Classroom, and I can clarify any doubts like